So good morning students, we'll start with the last part of module 4. So today we'll be completing the portion for your IA. Okay. So the last part is known as the Gram-Schmidt procedure, or more specifically Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization procedure. Okay. So in the last lecture, we have seen what is orthogonality and we have seen what is orthonormal, right? So any unit, if you make the orthogonal signal or function unit, then it becomes orthonormal. And by orthogonal, we mean that the two entities are going to be perpendicular to each other, right? I just mentioned the steps for the GS procedure last time around, but this time let's see how we can solve a problem. Okay. So before that, I will give the steps again. So these steps, if we follow, then we'll get our answer. Okay. So the first step is we'll be given some matrix A, and we consider it as A equal to A, and we calculate the first basis Q1, right? So I had told you about the nomenclature also. In different books and over internet sources, you have different nomenclature, but for clarity, we'll follow this one, right? So we'll calculate the first basis, which is Q1, and that is nothing but A, the value A divided by the length of A. This will be step number 1. In step number 2, we'll calculate B, right? And that will be given as B. This value B will also be given to us minus Q1 transpose B Q1, right? So this capital B here is nothing but the projection. We are calculating the projection of B, A on B, right? And we are getting Q1 from this A, this step here, okay, on top. So this capital B, which I have just written, is basically the projection here, right? And then we'll also calculate Q2, which will be B divided by the length of B. Okay. Having done that, then we will have step 3, right? Here we'll calculate C, which will be C, it should be small c minus Q1 transpose C Q1 minus Q2 transpose C into Q2, and lastly we'll calculate Q3, which is C divided by the length of C, Q divided by the length of C, right? And we can go on and on depending on the kind of matrices which are given to us, right? So usually maximum we'll have to do only step 3. I have not seen any questions beyond that because manually it becomes very difficult. We'll see in the numerical, right? And then from here we calculate the matrix Q, which is Q1, Q2, Q3, right? It could also have Q4, Q5, but like I said, just having 3 is more than enough. I have not seen numericals like that, and we can have this as so on, right? And we can also calculate what is known as A equal to QR, which will be of the form some A, B, and C, which we have calculated before. So this will be of the form Q1, Q2, Q3, or let me write this here because it's a long multiplication. So equal to Q1, Q2, Q3, which we have multiplied with Q1 transpose A, Q1 transpose B, Q1 transpose C, 0, Q2 transpose B, Q2 transpose C, then you have 0, 0, Q3 transpose C, right? So this matrix on the right hand side, the big matrix on the right hand side, it is basically a row reduced echelon form. It is a row reduced echelon form, right? So basically the Gram-Schmidt process, it will start with independent vectors, right? So the GS process starts with independent vectors, and this will be A1 till AN, and it will end with and ends with orthonormal vectors q1 till qn. Okay, so again it will hello, am I audible? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just got disconnected, that's why. Okay, so the best way to understand this would be to solve the numerical, and that is exactly what we are going to get in the exam also. Okay, so this will be just one big question usually, and this will be for close to 10 to 12 marks depending on the kind of matrix which is given to us. And like I mentioned, usually we will not be having more than uh, you know uh, more than three vectors. Okay, so that we will see now. Okay. So let's look at a question. So I intend to solve two questions. One is to understand the steps, and the other one will be from the model question paper. Okay. So let us first take this numerical to understand the steps. Okay. So the question is, for three independent vectors, and the vectors are a equal to 1 0 1. I suggest you please note down these vectors because I'll have to scroll down, then it's not possible to scroll up again. Okay. And b is 1 0 0 and c is 2 1 0. Okay, so for these three independent vectors, find q using the GS process. Just giving you a few seconds to note down the matrix, the three matrices. Okay, so I hope you have noted down. Okay, so I'll scroll down now. You can still see the matrices, so you have time to note down. Okay, so first is we'll start with step number one. So in step number one, we have A, which is equal to A, and that is given to us as 101, right? And we calculate Q1, which is A divided by length of A, right? So A, which is given to us, is 101. So I'll just write the matrix here, divided by the length of A, right? So how do you calculate the length of A? You take the three factors which are inside, 1 0 and 1. So you have 1 square plus 0 square plus 1 square, and that answer is 1. Therefore Q1 is just very simply 101. Okay, so I'll just give you another twist in this. Let's say, for example, if A was 102, right, then the length here would have been root of 1 square plus 0 square plus 2 square, which would be root 5. Therefore you would have had here 1 by root 5. Okay, so here, but here because it is 101, we are getting only 1. Okay, so I'll erase that and we'll just write what question is given.
Sorry, is it root 2?
Sorry.
So root 2,
Root 2
1
means
by
that
root
root
No,
2.
no. One second. Root 2. Sorry. Okay. So it is 1 0 and 1. Therefore, we will have 1 second. 1 square plus 0 square plus 1 square. So you'll have 1 by root 2 here. Okay. Right. Therefore, Q1 will be 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. Okay. So this will be the value of Q1. So the first step is we need to find Q1. So I will rewrite Q1 and put that in a bracket. It will be useful for us. Okay. So Q1 is 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. So this is step number 1. Now we'll move to step number 2. Now in step 2, there are two parts. We need to find, first we need to find B, and then later we need to find Q2. Okay, this Q2 will be used in step 3, right? So every step is dependent on the previous step. Okay, so we'll find Q2 later. First, let's find B. So B is very simply B minus Q1 transpose B into Q1, right? So this is the projection. So we have used this equation to find projections before, right? So what is happening is, what is the projection of Q1 on B? That is what we are doing by this step, right? So B is given to us. So let me write this here. So this capital B will be equal to B. You have the matrix B with you. So I'll write it here, 1, 0, 0 minus. Now we have Q1 transpose, right? So we have calculated Q1. Let me scroll up. So you can see Q1 is 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. We need to find its transpose, right? So that transpose will be 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. This is Q1 transpose, right? Multiplied with B again. So we'll have 1, 0, 0. I'll close this entire bracket, right? Into Q1. So into, and we have Q1, which is 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. Okay. So I'll just again put an arrow so it is clear to us what exactly these values are. So this is B. This is Q1 transpose. This is small b, and this is Q. So we have all the values with us. All we have to do is now just do the process of multiplication, subtraction, and so on, right? So if we are good with the matrix part, it's very simple. Okay. So therefore B will be, I'll keep this small b as it is, 1, 0, 0, right? Minus, now I'll start multiplying there, right? So I'll first multiply this bracket here. I'll first multiply this bracket here. Okay. So what I will get here is 1 by root 2, right? And then I have 1 by 2, 0, 1 by root 2, right? So I have multiplied this 1 by root 2 here, this bracket here. That answer is 1 by root 2, right? Because you have 1 by root 2 first factor multiplied with 1. The other two factors are 0 and 0. So I'll just get 1 by root 2 and multiplied with this. Okay. So I'm sure you understand how we are getting it. So this answer here is 1 by root 2. Okay. And then multiplied with this bracket. So therefore, from this we get 1, 0, 0 minus, now I'll multiply. So 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2 will give me 1 by 2. Then you have 0 and then you have 1 by 2. Now it is easy to calculate. Therefore, capital B turns out to be 1 by 2, 0 and negative 1 by 2. Negative 1 by 2. Right? We have calculated the value of B. Okay. Our next task is to find Q2. Therefore, Q2 is very simply B divided by the length of B. Therefore, we'll have 1 by 2, 0, negative 1 by 2 divided by the length. So you'll have 1 by 2 square plus 0 square plus negative 1 by 2 square. Right? So this will be, I'll take the 1 by 2 in the numerator out. So we'll have 1, 0, minus 1. And this factor here, I'll write this as 1 by 2 square, right? I'm taking 1 by 2 square in the root itself. So I have 1 by 2 square. So I have 1 by 2 square into, now I'll have 1 square plus 0 square plus minus 1 square. I hope you are able to understand the denominator part. So I've taken 1 by 2 square common. So we'll be left with 1 square plus 0 square plus minus 1 square, right? The reason why I've done that, you'll understand in this step. So Q2, I'll rewrite the numerator half, 1, 0, negative 1. Now in the denominator, I'll take the 1 by 2 square from the square root outside. So I'll just be left with 1 by 2, right? And then inside the square, you have 1 square plus 0 square plus minus 1 square. So you'll be left with root 2, right? So I can simply cancel this 1 by 2 in the numerator and denominator, right? So what I'm left with is 1 by root 2, 1, 0, negative 1, right? So therefore, let me write Q2 here. So Q2 will be 1 by root 2, 0, negative 1 by root 2, right? So you can see in the steps, let me scroll up, you can see what we have done here. So we started with A, which is given to us, and we found Q1, right? So this is the first basis. This is the first basis. Then we found B, and through B, we found Q2, right? We found Q2, which is the second basis. So this is the second basis. Now our task is to find the third basis. Why will we have three? Because three matrices are given to us, right? So now we need to perform step number 3, and step number 3 is to find capital C, and then from capital C we will get Q3, which is C divided by the length of C, right? So we'll do Q3 a little later, and then we will be able to find our Q, okay, and write it in the format, okay, and then we can factorize A equal to QR as well. Okay, so that we'll check. Now we need to find C. So C can be found as a projection. So you have C minus Q1 transpose C into Q1 minus Q2 transpose C into Q2. So therefore, now let me write here, capital C will be, let me write C, you have the matrix with you, it will be 2, 1, 0 minus, okay, now this will be, let me write it in a bracket, so minus Q1 transpose, so we have 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2, this is the transpose, into C, which is 2, 1, 0, right? And let me multiply this with Q1. So Q1 is 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. Right? This is the second term minus. Now let's do the third term. So you have Q2 transpose. So 1 by root 2, 0, negative 1 by root 2 into C, which is 2, 1, 0, and multiply this with Q2, so which is 1 by root 2, 0, negative 1 by. We need to sit and calculate this. Okay, so once we calculate that, we'll get the answer for C. Okay, so I'll just give you a minute, go ahead and solve this and see what answer you get. Okay, then I will also solve and you can match your answer. So just take a minute and see if you are able to solve it or not. So I'm hoping you have started off. So let me also start, and you can then start matching your answers. Okay. So let me do it here. Capital C. We'll have 2, 1, 0. Then we have negative. We multiply. So 2 by root 2, 0 minus 2 by root 2. So I hope you are getting that. Please match. Okay. Therefore, C will be 210. So we will get negative 202, negative 20, negative 2. We'll get 210 minus hold on, I think I made a mistake.
Sir, is it 10?
Yeah, I made a mistake. I multiplied that. So I'll get 101 and 10 minus 1. Okay. So I'll get 2200. So therefore C will be 010. Anyone gets that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, great. So now we have C. Okay. So here all we have to do is just do the matrices properly. Okay. Anyone else with that answer for C?
So 0, 1, 2.
Yes.
0 1 0 1 2.
0 1 0 sir.
I think 2 will not come. I think you have made a similar mistake I had made. It's you're multiplying it. So root 2 and root 2 will become 2. So 2 by 2 will give 1. So just
So the third one in the
yeah, I
last
think
matrix, sir.
0 1 0 is fine, right? So we'll now move to the next step, which is to find Q3. That is what this entire process is for. So you have C divided by the length of C, right? So 0 1 0, and you divide this by 0 square plus 1 square plus 0 square, which is just 1. Therefore, Q3, which is the third basis, will just be 0 1 0. So this is the third basis which we have. Right? So we've calculated the three basis matrices or basis functions as they call it, right? And we need to find, the original question is we need to find Q. So Q is nothing but the orthonormal basis, or in specific orthonormal basis matrix, right? And this Q is written as, this Q is written in the form of Q1, Q2, Q3, right? Therefore, I'm just going to write Q as, first we'll write Q1, which is 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2, right? As a column we are writing, okay? Q2 is 1 by root 2, 0, negative 1 by root 2, and Q3, which we have just found, is 0, 1, 0. Okay. Just check if I have written them correctly. I have it on the sheet, that's why. So Q1 is the matrix as a column 1, Q2 is the matrix in column 2, and Q3 is the value in column 3. Right? So this is how we find the orthonormal basis matrix, that is Q. Okay. Now, so the original question, let me scroll up. The original question that we have is find Q using the GS process. Okay. So we have actually answered the question. We have found the value of Q. Okay. Now, in general, the question goes a little further, that after finding Q, we also need to factorize it. Factorize it how? We need to factorize it in the form A equal to Q into R, right? And this R here, this R that we have will be a row reduced echelon form matrix, right? So this is a row reduced echelon form upper triangular matrix, right? So we are able to factorize A in the form of Q into R. So Q is something which we have found already. We need to find R. A is already given to us, right? So it's actually not a question. It is basically saying that can you factorize A in the form of Q into R, right? So we should be able to do that. Okay. So let us see how we can do that. It's not a part of this question, but in most of the questions on GS process, they always ask you how to factorize it, right? So let me put the heading. The heading here is factorization. Factorization, right? So we factorize in the form A equal to Q into R, right? And this will be of the form A, B, C. I have written only A, B, C because we are given only 3 matrices. And this will be of the form Q1, Q2, Q3 because we have found only 3 basis functions, 3 orthonormal basis functions. And this R will be of the format Q1 transpose A, Q1 transpose B, Q1 transpose C, right? 0, Q2 transpose B, Q2 transpose C, 0, 0, Q3 transpose C. Right? So you can see that this matrix here is an upper triangular matrix. So this matrix here is an upper triangular matrix, right? So below the pivots, the first non-zero entry, below that the values are 0, right? We already know the LHS A, B and C, those are given to us. We have found out Q1, Q2 and Q3. So all we have to do is just find the right hand side matrix, and we can also have a check. So when we multiply this Q into R, we should get A, right? So this will also be a check. So what we have to do here is, we need to find for this matrix. So let me make an arrow. For this matrix, we need to find individual values. So first we need to find Q1 transpose A, right? So I'm hoping you have the Q1 value with you. I'm only going to directly transpose it. So we'll get 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2 into A, which is 1, 0 and 1. Okay. So this will be 1 by root 2 plus 0 plus 1 by root 2, which is 2 by root 2, which is root 2. So that first value is root 2. Like this, we need to calculate the other values as well, right? So again, I'll give you a few seconds, start calculating the values. So we need to calculate Q1 transpose B. We need to calculate Q1 transpose C. Is my screen visible?
No, sir.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you can proceed. You need to find Q1 transpose B, Q1 transpose C. I'll get the screen on. So we need to calculate Q1 transpose B. I hope my screen is visible now.
Yes, sir.
So Q1 transpose B, Q1 transpose C. Then similarly, we need to find Q2 transpose B, Q2 transpose C. And finally, the value Q3 transpose C. So I'm hoping you have started. So let me also find the values. Q1 transpose B will be 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2, and B is 1, 0 and 0. Therefore, we'll just get 1 by root 2. Q1 transpose C will be 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2, and 2, 1, 0. Therefore, we'll get 2 by root 2 plus 0 plus 0. So this will be root 2. Q2 transpose B will be 1 by root 2, 0, negative 1 by root 2 multiplied with 1, 0 and 0, it will be 1 by root 2. Q2 transpose C will be 1 by root 2, 0, negative 1 by root 2 into 2, 1, 0. So we'll be left with 2 by root 2 plus 0, which will be 2 root 2. Then Q3 transpose C finally is 0, 1, 0 and multiplied with 2, 1 and 0. Therefore, this will just be 1. Okay. So please check the answers. Are you getting the same? And Q1 transpose A we had calculated is just root 2. So are you
Yes, sir.
getting? Yeah, you're getting those values. Anyone else
Yes,
with
sir.
those values?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. So we have those values. I hope you have those values noted down. So finally, all we have to do is write A in the form of A equal to Q into R. So A is given to us, right? So we'll write it in that form. So A given to us is 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 1, 0, right? So this is nothing but small a, small b and small c. These are the vectors which are given to us in the question. And now this can be written in the form of q into, this can be written in the form of q into r, right? So let me make the matrix here so we can fit in q into r, right? So q value, again we just need to rewrite. It is 1 by root 2, 0, 1 by root 2. Then you have 1 by root 2, 0, negative 1 by root 2. You have 0, 1 and 0. This is q. So let me write this here as q. This on the left hand side is a, which is the combination of small a, b and c. And this will be r. Now we can fit in the values of all that, q1 transpose a, q1 transpose b and so on, right? So I hope you have the values in front of you. So q1 transpose a is root 2, q1 transpose b is 1 by root 2, q1 transpose c is root 2, then you have 0, q2 transpose b, which is 1 by root 2, q2 transpose c, which is root 2, then you have 0, 0, and finally q3 transpose c, which is 1. So we can write a in the form of q into r. Now you can always check your answer. When you multiply q into r, you should get the LHS, that is a, right? So if that is happening, then your answer is correct, right? So in this kind of question with Gram-Schmidt procedure, you can always check your answer, right? So the understanding here is that R on the right hand side is an upper triangular matrix. The first vectors, that is A and Q1 in the first step, they are used to find the next set, that is B and Q2, right? And then B and Q2 are used to find the third orthonormal basis and the matrix C, that is C and Q3, whereas the third vectors C and Q3 are not involved in any process, right? Because you do not have any further value. Okay, so this is the entire process here. Okay, so there are a lot of such problems which we can solve. Okay, we don't have enough time to solve another 3 cross 3 matrix which is there in the model question paper. So that I will be doing in tomorrow's lecture. Plus we'll also just quickly revise what you have in your IA. Okay, so we have enough time to solve this one numerical. Okay, so we have been given, so I'll take a 2 cross 2 matrix. So we are given A as 1, 2 and 2. We are given B as 1, 3 and 1. Okay, and we need to find A equal to Q into R. Okay, so it will have only 2 steps and you need to find Q1 and Q2. Okay, so you can get started. Okay, so I'll give you some time to start off, and then I will also start, and you can then match your answer. Okay, so first step, you need to find Q1, right? So first you need to take A, and then from there you need to find Q1. So follow the same process that we did in the previous question. So I hope you have started off. So let me now proceed, and you can match your answer. Okay. So in the first step, we do A equal to small a. So this will be 1, 2, and 2. This is already given to us. From here we can find Q1, which is A divided by the length of A, right? So Q1 will be 1, 2, and 2 divided by square root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 2 square, right? So we'll have 4 plus 4 plus 1, which is root 9, which is 3, right? Therefore Q1, right? So let me write this here. So you'll have 1 by 3, 1, 2, and 2. Therefore Q1 will be 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. Right? Are you getting that? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Anybody? Are you getting that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is very simple. The first step is always simple, right? Okay. Next is step number 2. So step number 2, we need to find Q2, but Q2, let me write here. Q2 is B divided by the length of B. Therefore, first we need to find B. Okay. So let me write the equation for B. So B is, we are trying to find the projection of B, of Q1 on B. So you'll have B minus Q1 transpose B into Q1. From here we'll be able to find B. So B will be, now let me write that B. I hope you have the matrix B with you, which is 1, 3, and 1 minus. I'll transpose Q1. Let me write this in a bracket. So I'll transpose Q1. Okay, so Q1 will be 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. This is the transpose of Q1. This will multiply with B, which is 1, 3, and 1. And this entire multiplication will further multiply with Q1, which is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, and 2 by 3. We write this in this format: 1 by 3, 2 by 3. You'll have 1 by 3, 2 by 3, and 2 by 3. Okay. So B will be 1, 3, 1 negative. So if you multiply this, this will be 1 by 3 plus 2 into 3, 6 by 3 plus 2 by 3. That is the multiplication, and it will multiply with 1 by 3, 2 by 3, and 2 by 3. And therefore this will be 1, 3, and 1. This sum will be 9 by 3, which is 3. So you'll have negative 3, 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. Therefore this will be 1, 3, and 1, negative 1, 2, 2. Therefore B will be 0, 1, negative 1. Anyone getting that answer for B?
Yes, sir.
Anyone else
Yes,
getting
sir.
that answer for B? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
So we have, yeah, okay. So we have B. So now we can calculate Q2, which is B divided by the length of B. So it will be 0, 1, minus 1 divided by 0 square plus 1 square plus minus 1 square. So we'll have 1 by root 2 into 0, 1, negative 1. Therefore, Q2 will be 0, 1 by root 2 and negative 1 by root 2. So this is the second basis. There is no question of finding a third basis because we are given only 3 matrices. Right? Therefore, we can write Q in the form of Q1, Q2. So we can write it in the form of a column. So Q1, I'm sure you are having with you, is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. And then Q2, which is just shown on top, is a 0, 1 by root 2 and negative 1 by root 2. So this is Q. Okay. So now if we need to factor it, it will be of the form A equal to QR, right? So we can write this in the form. So I'll write this A as A, B, which will be column matrices, and we'll have Q, which is Q1 and Q2, right? And then we'll have R, which is the matrix here. So you'll have Q1 transpose A, Q2 transpose A, then you have 0, and then you have Q2 transpose B. Right? So this comes from the fact of what we have done earlier. Earlier it was a 3 cross 3 matrix because 3 matrices were given, but here we are given only 2 matrices. Right? So while I am writing again, let me know what are the values you get for those matrix in R, that is Q1 transpose A, Q2 transpose A, and Q2 transpose B. Let me see what answers you get there. Okay. So we can write A in the form 1, 2, and 2, 1, 3, 1. That is A equal to Q. So it will be 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 0, 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2. That is Q. And now we need R. So I know one value. Okay. So I need Q1 transpose A. So let's see how we can calculate Q1 transpose A. Yeah, let me see. Q1 transpose A will be transposing Q1, so 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, and multiply with A, which is 1, 2, and 2. So we get 1 by 3 plus 4 by 3 plus 4 by 3, which is 9 by 3. We get 3. So I'm getting 3. Just check if you get that 3. Then
Yes, sir.
okay, Q1 transpose B. Let's see, Q1 transpose B. So this will be 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, and B is 1, 3, and 1. So we get 1 by 3 plus 6 by 3 plus 2 by 3, 9 by 3 again. So we get 3 again. So we'll get 3 here. Are you getting that, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And finally, we have Q2 transpose B. So you'll have 0, 1 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2 into B, which is 1, 3, and 1. So we get 0 plus 3 by root 2, negative 1 by root 2. So we get 2 by root 2, which is root 2. So this will be root 2. Are you getting that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then this is the format that we want. A equal to QR. Right? So we have been able to write the matrix which is given to us A in the form of Q into R. So this is all the process that we have for the Gram-Schmidt procedure, right? So like I said, usually they do not give more than 3 matrices. The very first problem we saw that it is quite hectic to calculate all the values. So definitely more than 3 matrices will not be given. Even in the model question paper, we are given only 3 matrices, right? But it's a good practice to do 2 cross 2 matrix. So all our procedures are very clear. Okay. So I've included I think 1 or 2 problems in the assignment also. So you can go ahead and solve them.